All right, guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? All right, this is my kind of weather, man. This weather right here, when it gets cold out, this separates man from men. This is our element. You can get out there and do work on cars in the middle of winter or something. That shows enthusiasm. That shows real men right there. All right, check it out. This is part 9, 2000. Well, I'm getting to start to know this thing by memory now. Just saying it. 2004 Chevy Monte Carlo 3.4. For all you guys, girls, have been following the past episodes, thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. All right, guys. Now we get down to the nitty gritty. What you're about to hear is an actual voice recording from the customer, Olivia, explaining in detail what happened. She's going to start from the moment after she bought the car, the first time she had a problem, all the way up until the moment that car is right here and now, in detail. Now, what I want you to do is really pay attention and listen to what she has to say, and so we can get a timeline of what happened, who ripped her off. And after you see this, you're going to see why I got a problem with these dirtbag mechanics. I got a problem with people ripping people off. I got a problem with it. And you're gonna see exactly why. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. I just want you to listen carefully to what she got to say. All right? And after you listen to that, while you're listening to that, I'm getting everything set up, get ready to go out here and do some work. All right? Listen to this, and I'll be right back.
Let's start from the beginning. You bought the car from Jamie Mitchell. 2 months later, 4 months later, it started overheating.
Right.
And let's start from right there. Go ahead.
Okay, so after that...
When it started overheating, you took it to whom?
To Williams Auto Repair.
All right.
Okay.
And then while I was there, I showed them, I was like, it's on hot. It's on hot, and it's smoking. I only live like a mile and a half from here, and I need to get it looked at. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's my uncle beeping in. So that day he told me that it could be, he said that he could check it out, and it could be a few things that was making it overheat. He asked, had there been any accidents? I was like, not that I know of. It didn't show anything on the Carfax. I just bought it. This is the first time I had any problems with it. The only thing I've had done to it since I got it was the oil change, and that was it.
Okay. And
I didn't have any recommended services from the first oil change, so I don't know what's going on with it. And so then I left it with him, and he told me the earliest he could probably get anything done and have it finished would be Tuesday, and that was like a Thursday or a Friday, and then he called me the next morning and told me it was fixed.
And at that time, what did he do at that time?
When I went to pick it up, he gave me a receipt. He started it up when I got there. The thermostat didn't go up to high. It wasn't smoking. And I asked him for a receipt. And so I went to the office with him. He printed out a receipt, and he told me he had to change the gasket. The rocker shield was damaged, and he put my bumper back together. So I was like, well, the bumper I didn't ask you to do because I wasn't concerned about that. I just need to make sure it's running. And he was like, well, you know, I just threw that in, so it's $540 altogether. So I was like, well, I need a receipt. So I got the receipt, and then I left. And then the next morning, when I tried to drive it again, it was back on hot. So I called him. I was like, the car is running hot again. And he was like, well, is it coolant in there? I said, all right, I'll check. And I set the coolant. When I took the cap off the radiator, I could see it. So I told him, I see coolant in there. And he was like, well, start it and see what happens. So I was like, I started it. I said, it's going straight to hot. He was like, well, you might have a leak, and to try some sealant to keep it from leaking out. So I went to Advance, and I got the sealant. I put that in there. I went to work. When I got off work, I started it up. I got maybe not even a mile. It got hot again. So I brought it home, and I told him then that it was still running hot. I can't get it. I can't get it past a mile. And it was still, I couldn't get drive it past more than a mile, and it was still running hot. So I didn't get a return call. So the next day I called again, and the phone was out of service. So I got my husband to take me down to the shop, and he was like, oh, his phone had been off. He doesn't know why I'm having all these problems because he drove it to Gold Rock the first time he fixed it, and he didn't have any issues with it. If I got the radiator, he'll replace the radiator because that's more than likely what the problem was. And I was like, well, I don't know what kind of radiator I need to get. He was like, well, if you let me use your phone because mine is off, I'll call Advance and you can just go up there and get it, and I won't charge you to replace the radiator. So I was like, that's fine, but I can't get it here because I'm not driving it anywhere else when it's not going more than a mile without getting hot. So then my aunt he called Advance. My aunt took me to Advance to get the radiator. I came back with the radiator, and he said that he would get the car that same morning, and he should have it ready that afternoon because the radiator replacement doesn't take that long. So I went to work, and when I got off work, we went back by the shop, and he was like at the place next door to it. But he said the car was ready, so my uncle wanted to meet me down there, and I waited for him. And when he came, he asked him, was it running fine? I was like, well, I guess, because it's not getting hot, and it's been like 2 to 3 minutes that I had it started. And so he was like, open the hood. So I did, and I was like, I know that's a different radiator cap than I had. And William was like, yeah, because I replaced your radiator. It came with a different cap. I was like, okay, well, that's fine. So I guess we're fine, but I don't know enough to tell you whether it's working. If it doesn't, if I have any more problems, I'm going to let you know. So I left that day, and then didn't have a problem with it the next day. I checked the coolant to make sure I had some in there, and it was, and I didn't see any leaks in my driveway, so I thought everything was fine. And a few weeks later, in August, I had to take my daughter to Greensboro, so I took her there. The car was getting hot. I took it to get an oil change at Precision in Greensboro. Asked were there any recommended services, and when they called me back there to look at it, they told me where the coolant goes. It's a white tank or something, but the bottom looks black. So they would recommend I get a radiator flush as soon as I was able to do it, and that I needed to get a tire. And I told them about the repairs I had already done to it, and they were like, well, maybe you might need the thermostat then, because if all that work has already been done and it's still getting hot, it could be something going on with your thermostat. I was like, okay, well, today I'm just going to get the oil change, and then I'll get the radiator flush and the thermostat when I can do that. So the next time I got it worked on was about 2 to 3 days after I took my daughter to school. I drove it to Maryland to visit one of my aunts who was in the hospital. It was cutting off the whole way. So I took the side road instead of the highway, and then it was cutting off every time I got to a stoplight or a stop sign. And I took it to a Shell service station there, and they ran a diagnostic on it, asked was my check engine light coming on. I told them no. And then they said, well, the only thing that was coming back on the diagnostic test was a crankshaft sensor, and that could cause it to cut off. And so I went over again, all the work I had done, showed them all my receipts. They said it could be a crankshaft sensor, and I may want to change the control panel sensor. So I told them whatever would make it get back home, and then I'll work on the other part. So it's like the crankshaft sensor, they'll do that first, and they'll test it. And they did, and they said it didn't cut off any, so I should be safe to drive it back here. So I drove it back here, and it was still getting hot, but it wasn't smoking or steaming. It was just the temperature gauge would go up to almost hot, and then it would go back down to like the third one from the bottom. And so I got the thermostat changed before. I got the thermostat changed next, and that was just a couple of weeks ago, because that was right around Thanksgiving time that I got the thermostat changed. And Didn't run hot. My heat and air was always working. My check engine light never came on. So I didn't think I had any more problems with it. And then I was on my way to Greensboro after Thanksgiving, and that's when I got stuck in Hillsboro. Because it ran hot and it was smoking. And I didn't see anything leaking down, but I saw steam and smoke coming from under the hood. So since it was a Sunday, we waited until the next morning, and the repair shop that we were in front of opened up, and I asked them if they could take a look at it, and they said that they saw it leaking. They could see where the leak was coming from, and I needed my intake gasket replaced. So I went over the whole story again, and told them I already had all that done, and they were like, well, they would have to take a look at it. They wouldn't know for sure until they could open it up. The labor was going to be about $540. The part was going to be around $205, and then the oil and the coolant to replace it.
Okay, have you ever had the water pump changed? No, nobody looked at the water pump or anything?
No. No, it's just been what's supposed to be changed was the intake gasket and the rocker shield and the radiator by Williams, and then the thermostat was changed, and then the crankshaft sensors. And I know with the crankshaft sensors, that shop gave me my parts back. I never got any parts back from Williams, so I didn't even know that they were supposed to do that. I thought that was optional. And the thermostat, I didn't get that back when I went to pick up the car from the express lube place on 301. They were explaining to me that it took them a little longer because there was some sort of silicone gel or foam or silicone something that was around the thermostat that wasn't supposed to be there. So they were able to change it.
The express lube on 301 is the one that changed the thermostat?
Yes. And that was the most recent, because that was the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Okay. I just came back from Williams not too long ago, and I spoke to him. Yeah, he's giving me a complete different story. He's saying you overheated it so bad that when he finished it, he had to drive for like 10 miles to get it to stop ticking. You only get a 30-day warranty on it, and it was all messed up. It was all bull. It was
And the radiator was first.
Yeah, he told me none of that.
And he told me the radiator was first. He changed the radiator first.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't do the radiator first. He did the gaskets and the rocker shield first. And I don't have a receipt for him from the radiator, but I'm pretty sure I could find the sales receipt from that thing. Because that was I bought it the same day he told me that that's probably what it was, and it was after the intake gasket and the rocker shield was supposed to be changed.
Hey, let me ask you something. You said you put sealer in it. That sealer was before the new radiator was put in?
That was before the new radiator was put in.
Dang, so there's a lot of sealer left in that radiator. So did he keep your radiator? I gotta check that out.
Because he may not have even changed my radiator. He could have just changed the cap. Because I've been talking to one of my aunts went there after I did, and she's having problems with her car. And so since it's been there and I watched a couple of the videos, I was like, oh, wait, that does look like it's a problem. And I saw that when I came down there. But I was telling her, I was like, now, I don't know if you want to go back down there to him, because I didn't take it anywhere back from after he supposedly changed my radiator. But since it's on video, there was a part where the mechanic I have it at now said something about the radiator cap.
Yeah, that radiator cap was old.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he told me that the reason it looked different was because he changed my radiator. And I brought him a brand new radiator, still in the box. I kept the receipt, and I handed him the box.
Now, the thing is, the new radiators don't come with a cap.
Okay.
But still, he said he changed the cap.
Yeah, he changed the cap. He put an old cap in there.
Now, there are some radiators that come with a new cap. So we got to look that up and see. I want to see. All right. We got it. Thank you for clearing. You cleared up a lot for us.
You're welcome. Yeah, but I'm going to pull out, because I know I'm a hoarder on receipts and invoices, so I know sales receipt wasn't in the glove compartment when I pulled out the other receipt. So I'm going to check here because I know I still have that receipt for the radiator.
Yeah. Yeah, now we show the date.
Yep. Yep. And it was after he supposedly did the intake gap. Yeah. So I was finding that, and then I'm going to call my uncle back because he was beeping in, so see how far we are with the new parts.
I wish I could see the expression on your guys' and girl face right. Be like, really? Really? Did I just hear that? That's right. Took it to 3 shops, 3 repair places. And still the same problem. Everybody throwing these guesses out and all this. And again, North Carolina state law is, and just like I said, you know, look at part 8 if you don't know what I'm talking about right now. North Carolina state law is, if you authorize me to do a job on your car, and if it don't fix it, I can diagnose your car, and if it don't fix the problem, you still gonna pay me. By law, you still gotta pay me. I'm gonna keep this car. That's how it is here. And did you notice what I asked her? Did anybody replace the water pump? Did anybody check the water pump? Is correct statement should have said, but no, nobody did. So what we're gonna do here is, on the next episode, on part 10, what we're gonna do, because we got the heads on the floor, we're gonna power wash all the parts, and we're down there anyway, ain't got nothing else to lose. We're gonna remove the water pump and check out those fins. What if they're messed up? What if they're corroded out? What if they're rusted out? What if? You don't know. But the only thing it is, we're gonna remove that. All right, now, Olivia also stated, she wrote us in an email. Olivia, what's up? The parts for this car will be coming in on December 14th. Olivia, don't worry about it. The car can sit here for as long as need be. You're not getting charged no storage fee or anything. Just get the parts, whatever. It gives me time also to catch up on our other stuff. All right, guys, girls, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you give me some good and positive input on that. And I definitely appreciate all the emails you guys get. I mean, I've been getting a lot of emails in support of this, and that's cool. All right? So any kind of questions, comments, or suggestions, be sure to put them in the comment section below, or you can email me direct at tim@astroautorepairs.com. This is a saga. Let's see what happens on part 10. Let's see how that water pump looks. That'd be something else. That's going to be something else, man. This is Timmy from Astro Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. Take it easy.